Hi, it's Labor Day Monday. I spent about 2 hours earlier this afternoon at the Jacob Riis Houses on East 10th Street on the other side of Avenue D. NYCHA had set up a couple of emergency tents where they were handing out aluminum cans of water to residents. It looked like everybody got a case, sometimes 2 cases of aluminum cans of water. There was a separate tent where residents were getting 1 meal each and some fruit. And that appears to be good. However, people were only getting 1 meal at a time. So I guess that means people have to come down for breakfast, once for lunch, and then once for dinner. However, they were keeping track of how much water every resident was getting. They were asking for names and addresses. So they are keeping track of that. While I was there, one of the residents told me that they were scared about doing laundry. Some NYCHA residents have a washer and dryer in their apartment, and they're afraid of doing laundry because if the water coming from the tap is contaminated with arsenic, that arsenic would also be going into their washing machine, and they were scared of contaminating their clothes. So I don't know how residents are going to handle doing laundry. They've already been warned not to take a shower with the water. However, there's a controversy because one press report I read said that NYCHA claimed it was safe. Then there was a separate news article where one of the residents claimed that they felt a burning sensation when their body came in contact with the water. So I don't know what's the truth about how safe the water is to take a shower. I myself wouldn't do it, but I don't know how these residents are taking all of this. I was there for a couple hours, as I said, and everyone seemed to be calm. And I just can't imagine that people would keep getting poisoned. People are getting poisoned, and they're just taking this in stride. This doesn't make sense. I took a picture of 2 outdoor mobile sinks that were connected to a fire hydrant. Within an hour of me sharing that photograph on Twitter, NYCHA sent 2 vans to disassemble the 2 sinks, and they were taken away. And I took a photograph of the after, once the 2 sinks were removed. That was on East 10th Street, on the north side of the street, before the traffic circle. On the corner of Avenue D and East 10th Street, there were another 2 sets of portable sinks set up, and they too were hooked up to the fire hydrant. And as I was leaving earlier today, I caught people refilling water bottles. One was a sports drink water bottle, and then there were 2 other ladies filling 1-gallon jugs from those sinks. Water that comes out of the fire hydrants, I don't believe is safe to drink, because there could be lead fixtures or lead pipes in the plumbing that feed into the fire hydrants. I don't know if that's safe, and if that water is safe and is completely arsenic free on top of it. We don't know. What I find most shocking of everything is that the U.S. Attorney claimed when they settled the federal investigation into the unlawful physical condition standards at NYCHA, they found that NYCHA was never transparent and was not honest about the physical condition standards in their portfolio of public housing apartment buildings. Why do we not know in 2022 what the regular lab test results show for water testing at NYCHA across the entire portfolio? Why don't we know this? If the federal monitor and if the U.S. Attorney know and have accused NYCHA of never being transparent, why isn't there a mechanism that makes the lab test results for water testing public? Why aren't we informed on a proactive basis? Why aren't those disclosures made on a proactive situation or with some kind of regularity? I don't understand. We're going to see if it's possible, if some of the NYCHA residents at at Jacob Riis Houses wanted to work together. So I'm going to be going back this week. And I reached out to a couple of individuals and groups, hoping that we can try to work together. There's been a lot of tension in organizing public housing residents because a lot of groups have affiliations with politicians, and they deliberately de-escalate any organizing that may involve direct action targeting elected officials. We can't work together if people are going to undermine social movement building. So it's very critical that people be allowed to autonomously organize to continue to build a social movement where people can demand shelter as a human right. And the shelter has to be habitable. So I'll provide an update as I have more information. I did post a pretty emotional video on the Citizen app earlier today before I left Jacob Riis, so I'll try to find the link to that and share that as well.